Hi everyone, it's Stu here from 3B with this week's Next Gen latest. Now it has been pretty quiet on the old PS5 and Xbox Series X front. Last week we kind of had some pretty exciting news with the Sony announcing the DualSense the new DualShock controller, which looks pretty cool. A lot of people, it was like sort of a Marmite moment, really. People either loved it or hated it. I personally loved it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what those design elements from the DualSense is then going to carry over into the final console, because that's obviously going to look pretty cool in white and blue, and there's also going to be a black or greyish version too, I believe. But anyway, that's kind of old news. So what of this sort of last week? Well, on the Sony front, it's been exceptionally quiet. I believe that there was a Reddit or Twitter user who was a developer who announced that in his view, the PlayStation 5 was more powerful in a sense than the Xbox Series X, and he later retracted those comments and had them removed. Basically, he was saying it was a lot easier to program and gain access to the RAM, which is a key important thing in developing games, because swapping out memory at great speed enables the ability to create larger environments easier. One thing that Sony was going at great lengths about over the last probably year or two in his developer conferences and whatnot, where he's going on about the ability for the PlayStation to swap out sort of huge chunks of the speed of the RAM, basically, and its ability to move data massively quickly allows for much larger environments, so they're not preloading. That's what I take from it. I'm sure there's somebody busily tapping on their keyboard right now saying, you're wrong, you're wrong. I accept that. I accept that. It's YouTube. So that's really all there is on the PlayStation 5 front. We're still waiting on any kind of official announcement in terms of the console itself, you know, in terms of a show and tell, so to speak. It's going to be through some sort of video stream that we're likely to see, much like the events that we've seen when they did these, I can't remember what they call them, but we see the latest games and so on. They've been sort of dishing out those videos. Talking of videos, Microsoft and the Xbox Series X, got it right at that time, are apparently now planning two secret events. They're sort of going to be not so secret because it's in the media, but they're sort of surreptitiously planning these events in May and June. Nobody really knows what they are. I would imagine, having seen pretty much everything there is to see regarding the hardware and physical aspects of the Xbox Series X, what else is there left to show? Well, games, of course, and perhaps its new UI and all of that. So there's an awful lot to show. So I imagine, you know, May or June or both. Apparently Microsoft are planning a online event or a streaming event, some kind of event, which will be coming out in May or June. Or both, but I imagine it would be games, which really it has to be for both consoles. As we know, as the old sort of adage goes, it is all about the games. And in many regards, and over consoles that we've seen before, Microsoft's first-party games have been lacking. For whatever reason, they just cannot compete with Sony, and Sony always win on that front. And I'm not saying that as a fanboy for Sony or some sort of dig at Xbox or Microsoft. I'm a big fan of Microsoft and Xbox. I'm a huge fan of Sony and PlayStation. I'm a big fan of PC games and the whole lot. So just, you know, and Nintendo. Let's not forget Nintendo. So yeah, we will see what happens, but they really need to show us some incredible games and not just the same old guff that we see before. Not a new Forza, another Halo. We get that every generation. Show us something new and different. Yeah, we expect those because we've seen them every other bloody time. So we're going to see it again, of course. It's a bit like Sony and their PS5. We are going to see a new Gran Turismo, I imagine. There's going to be a new Gran Turismo. So yeah, so really Microsoft, in terms of their sort of whole media persona that they're sending out there of the Xbox Series X, they're on a win on that front. And they kind of have to be. Sony, I'm still not sure what they're doing. I think they're just being this whole very secretive thing and then just surprising everyone by releasing stuff when they feel it without big fanfare or announcement. I suppose they feel that they don't feel there's a need to announce big announcements, saying next month we're going to be doing this huge announcement. Here's the announcement. There's kind of no need for that with it being the internet and how things are, and the fact that everyone's kind of indoors anyway, connected to the internet through their brains. And yeah, so I kind of get why Sony are just going, yeah, we're going to release that today. Boop. And off it goes into the interwebs and people go nuts for it. And they know this. So they don't have to sort of do a pre-announcement of an announcement. So I get why Sony are doing that. And it's working in their favor. PlayStation could fart. And it's like, does a tree fall in the woods and does it make a noise? Does a PS5 fart in the woods? Does it make a noise? None of that makes sense. Forget I said that. I thought I knew where I was going with it. Forget it. But the point being is that every tiny little bit of information that Sony release about the PlayStation 5 spreads like wildfire. I notice I didn't say it goes viral. Nobody wants to kind of use that right now. Even the wildfires thing's sort of probably a bit sensitive in California and Australia. What can you use instead? Spreads like big spready thing. I don't know. But anyway, that's really the main take from what we've seen or not pretty much this last week. Lots of people are still getting over the fact that The Last of Us 2 has been delayed indefinitely. I'm still coming to terms with that. I got my refund finally through from PlayStation, and it's kind of sad. And I don't know when we're going to see it. And my belief is that it's going to be coming out with the with the PlayStation 5, and with fancy, better graphics, and also on the PlayStation 4 too. But there are more important things right now, as we all know. So, anyway, that's what I've gleaned from this last week. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you've not subscribed, consider subscribing. And, of course, click the bell. And I'll see you next time. I'm expecting a new microphone. I have no idea where it is. Big fancy one. I was very excited about talking into it and being all sort of radio-like, but that never happened. So I'm stuck with this one. So hopefully next time. And I do plan on doing more videos, but I do run a business as well, and that's taking up too much time. Certainly with all the drama that's going on. So I do aim to do more videos, but it's kind of difficult. I'm wittering now. Apologies, but it is kind of difficult to, with everything being on such a lockdown. The news is kind of very sparing. It's kind of very limited. So yeah, there's not a lot to talk about in terms of sort of TV tech, or phone tech. Talking of phones, wow, that's good timing, isn't it? Or ignore the phone. I'm trying to. And or even sort of rumours and stuff related to next gen. But anyway, I'm wittering. I'm going to go now. Have a lovely day, stay safe, look after your friends and neighbours, and keep an eye out for the elderly and whatnot, and do what you can for them if they're unable to get out shopping. And I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay well, and yeah, look out for more videos. I do plan on doing more videos. Okay, I'm buggering off now. Bye.